Well, it's a cold morning in beautiful Whistler, and I'm currently hiking through the woods to see an abandoned train, a train that was wrecked in 1956. I'm almost there. I just have to cross this amazing suspension bridge. Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of them. They're just kind of laying all over the place. This one's much further down the hill here. Wow. This one took a header. And you could see the river just below it. Sort of reminds me of The Fugitive when the train hits the bus and derails in the movie The Fugitive. It's kind of what it reminds me of. This occurred in 1956 when this train was filled with lumber and they were making their way down to the Vancouver, Canada area, going too fast, almost double the speed limit for the stretch of track that they were traveling on, and it derailed. I think the speed limit was 15 miles an hour and the train was doing close to 35 or something, and it went over. Some of the cars were actually blocking the train tracks, so no other train could go by. So that's why it was so important for them to come in and move all these out of the way so other trains could go by and continue with business. The crane was up on the hill there, picked them up, put them over here, and I guess there was another machine that kind of dragged them to where they are now. I'm not sure why they displaced them like that. Probably stretched out within maybe an eighth of a mile. Maybe a little less. Let's see if the tracks are still in use or if they're even still here. That looks like they're still in use. Definitely. So there you go. I don't know if the train was coming this way or this way, but either way, it went that way. Tell you, quite interesting to see this as you're hiking down the trail, and then you come across train cars, mangled train cars. Look at this. All this equipment is still here. Look at this. This is probably the best graffiti out of the bunch here. I think it's upside down, is it? I think it's upside down, or it's on its side. This is the floor. Yeah, this is sideways. So because this one is sideways, that would explain why this whole piece was cut out, most likely to remove whatever was in here. I think it was lumber. So they just cut that open and removed it. And actually there are some, what is this stuff? It says barley, oats. Oh, maybe it wasn't wood. Who knows? It says barley, oats, 108. Who knows? 1956, a long time ago. This is tricky getting out of here without cutting up your jacket or your jeans. So these really are basically, it's like this is a public area, a public art area where I believe graffiti and that kind of stuff is welcomed here. For a long time, it was sort of frowned upon to come here because there was no easy way to get here. You had to walk across these tracks or walk along the tracks. You had to park along the main road. But since they put in the suspension bridge that we just went over and a trail and a parking area, it's really become a public space now because these will always be here. They're never going to remove them. Probably would cost too much money to get them out of the woods here. They're pretty deep into the woods. But to actually pull them out completely, I think would be quite a project, and it's not going to happen. Oh yeah, look at this. Huh. Boy, these things got rattled pretty good. All the bent metal. A light scent of spray paint in the air. So remember when I was saying that this is a public park, you can see these crazy ramps. I mean, it doesn't look like it's been used in a long time, but this is I guess, somewhat famous mountain bike trail, or a course. You could see on top of the boxcar, they would come off of that and land on this, or maybe vice versa. I'm not sure. They might launch off of this and probably the other way because it all goes downhill. It's another one that you can go in. Not the most amazing graffiti in here, but interesting nonetheless. This one has a ladder that you can pretty easily climb, although there's some ice on it. Be careful. I'll show you that ramp up here. This looks like I guess it was the starting point. Wow. Those guys are nuts. So they'd launch off of that. Wow, that's pretty cool. It's an easy way to get some speed, I bet. So like I said, this is a public area. Anybody can come here. So the next time you find yourself in the Whistler area, stop by, see the train. It's pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna go do something else, something interesting up here. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.